Joseph Smith was 14 years old when he claimed to find golden tablets that were the lost work of Jesus, and that only he could read them because he had a magic seer stone. It's a ludicrous story. It was a story that was created in 1820. It's such a ludicrous story that, you know, a lot of people, when they find out about it, they go, wait, hold on. Like, people like, they become Mormon, and then they get deep into it, and then they find out the roots of this, and they go, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Right. And by the way, that not Scientology, that Mormonism is the fastest growing religion in America.
I wonder, well, they're nice people. This is the thing about
they seem
Mormon.
very nice.
They are very nice.
Whatever you said against Mitt Romney, I'm glad he's not the president, but whenever I would see him with his family, I thought, well, you know, why can't our family be a bit more like that family?
I am not glad he's not running for president right now. I think he's a better choice. And I was shocked that he wasn't willing to oppose Donald Trump, because I think that would be a fucking easy run for people that were conservative, that were uncomfortable with this Trump character and all his fucking loose dialogue and all the crazy shit that he says.
I don't think so. I think what Trump has is, and it's why he's proved so sort of durable and popular, is just this absolute, I'm different, fuck everything, anti-establishment. I think that's exactly what Romney doesn't have. Romney looks like the consummate insider. He's establishment, Washington, all the rest of it, and Trump is a kind of caveman.
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
So the people out there, I think blue collar kind of white Americans on the front porch see Trump and they think, yeah, that guy's my guy.
Well, they embrace the strong man. He's a strong man who doesn't give a fuck. He says crazy things. He talks about how big his penis is.
Yeah.
I mean, the run up to becoming the Republican nominee was one of the most embarrassing times ever for the Republican Party, because you had all these fools dancing around this strong man who's really
also,
good.
You had robo-candidates, almost literally in the case of Rubio, who was kind of malfunctioning with his kind of soundbite algorithm was glitching, so that he was coming out with the same soundbite within 10 seconds. But all these robo-candidates, and then someone who seemed like a kind of visceral flesh and blood human on stage, and who, moreover, when he said stupid, crazy stuff, did not then hit the trail to apologize. Yeah. He would just keep saying weird things. And I think people felt like, you know what, he's showing the media for the shell game that it is.
Yes.
Because he's saying, like, I'm not going to do that thing of like, oh, I'm so sorry I said that. Whereas, like, and also the old cliche about who would you want to have a beer with? Would you want to have a beer with Romney? First of all, Romney probably doesn't drink beer.
He doesn't drink.
And then, and Trump, actually, you would probably enjoy the kind of weird, ludicrous, just peering at him would be entertaining in itself.
Did you ever see the picture that he put up on Instagram with him in Trump Tower eating a taco bowl? And this was after all the crazy remarks that he had said about Mexico and Mexicans coming over here and raping. And I talked to the president of Mexico, who's going to pay for that wall? You know, we're not going to pay for that wall. Yeah, well, the wall just got 10 foot higher. And everybody starts cheering. And then he takes a photo on Instagram of him smiling, eating a taco bowl. Look at this. At Trump Tower. And it says, he's got the thumbs up, he's eating his taco bowl, and it said something about, like, I love Hispanics. Happy Cinco de Mayo. But though the best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. And then he also said, I love Hispanics. Like, see if you can find the actual Instagram post.
What's your point? What's your actual
is.
point?
Look at this.
Because isn't that
I love Hispanics. I mean, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. I mean, I saw that. I'm like, okay, we're being trolled. And look at the likes. Look at the retweets and the likes. 42,000 retweets.
But that's his genius,
likes.
Isn't it? That he can speak out. He'll say something crazy, and then
it's fun.
10 minutes later, he'll say something contradictory.
Well, it's fun for us. It's fun for us. It's interesting. It's fun for us. And also, he doesn't necessarily represent, for a lot of people, he doesn't, like, one of the things that Romney represents that's problematic for people is that not only is his father a Mormon, not only is he but he's from one of the most bizarre sects of Mormons, where they left the United States so that they could have multiple wives.
Who, Romney's family?
Yeah, you
I
don't
didn't
know
that? No.
Oh,
is that why he's in Massachusetts?
Let me hook you up, Louis. Romney's family.
Is it FLDS? No.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but there was a Vice piece on it. It's a fascinating piece. They all live in Mexico.
Okay.
Romney's family.
I know who you mean.
They moved to Mexico before Romney's dad was born. Romney's dad was not born in the United States. He was born in Mexico. And when the United States made polygamy illegal, they decided, this is in the 1800s when they didn't have cars. So people were like, well, who gives a shit if we're in the United States or Mexico? We're still riding horses and banging our 9 wives. Let's just go over there.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to give up the polygamy aspect of the religion. So they just went south to Mexico, which was not that much different than the United States back then. Then, when cars were invented and the United States really exploded and became much more prosperous than Mexico, then ultimately it got even crazier where they got involved in the drug war. The drug war, where there was drug cartel people were kidnapping people in the Romney family and other Mormons that are living down there. So they started they had armed guards on sentry 24 hours. I mean, it's like a scene from The Walking Dead. They're all standing there with high-powered rifles.
We're talking when?
Right now.
Wait, so
right
Romney's
now.
family is still down there?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's amazing. Right now. Well, Romney was born in the United States. It's the Mexican-Mormon War, and it's a Vice series, and it is wonderful because this is something that, for whatever reason, was not really discussed during the campaign trail. I think they tried to keep this because I think they thought it would be incredibly damaging to the Republican Party because this guy is the front runner for the Republicans, and I don't know who the fuck on the Democratic side agreed to not really get into this, but they're not just a part of a cult. They're a part of a gun-toting, polygamous cult that has an armed compound in Mexico.
How do I not know this?
Well, that's why
Romney's dad, my people on it.
Romney's dad wanted to be president, but could not run for president because he was born in Mexico. He came out of his mother's body in the wrong patch of dirt, so we did not allow him to run our great nation.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Did he become a senator?
I do not remember. He was involved in politics in some way.
Ted Cruz was born in Canada, though, right?
Yes, he is.
So did they
He's a
change the rules?
Dirty Canadian. He's not one of us. I love Canadians. I'm kidding.
Did they change the rules?
No, because he has dual citizenship because his mother was something.
So you can be born.
Yes. Like my friend Brian was born in the Philippines, but he's American because he was born
No, you
on a
can be
military
American,
base.
but he was going to be
yeah.
But can he be president and not born in the U.S.?
Well, in my book, no, because he was not given the God-given right to be born in the right patch of dirt. So fuck him. That's in my book.
But constitution.
Well, that was something that Donald Trump was bringing up. Well, by the way, people do forget conveniently that Donald Trump was one of the primary birthers. He was one of the biggest proponents of the idea that Obama was not born in America, that he was born in Kenya. Do you remember that? That was a big issue.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Huge.
Yeah.
He was.
I mean, he still is propounding absolutely fringe conspiracy nut beliefs about, he said that Obama founded ISIS, right? At a rally in Florida.
Did he find ISIS?
Founded ISIS. That Obama had started ISIS.
But did he decide to say this at a rally in Florida, or did Obama found ISIS in a rally in Florida?
I think he said it at the rally. I think he said that Obama founded it in Raqqa.
Obama, let me hear this. Let's hear this.
All over the Middle East. And it was a terrible mistake. And then Obama came in. And normally you want to clean up. He made a bigger mess out of it. He made such a mess. And then you had Hillary with Libya. So sad. In fact, in many respects, they honor President Obama. ISIS is honoring President Obama. He is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS. He's the founder.
He said it 3 times.
And they're fucking cheering.
He founded ISIS.
4 times.
And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton. Co-founder.
It makes you wonder if he knows what the word found means.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Do you know what I mean?
He's a pro wrestling candidate. I had a bit about this in 2005. I had a bit about George Bush and that he was so dumb that I don't think that he was really the candidate that the Republicans, the best candidate they could have. I think he was a test to find out how dumb people are. Because there's only one way to tell. The people that, the bankers and the industrialists, they don't really know how dumb Americans are. They know about pop culture. They know what people like, and that there was only one way to find out. You put a dumb guy in office, and you see how people react. And that at the end of the first year when he won again, or the first term when he won again, I think they were sitting around going, I think we can go dumber. and that they just decided to get some fucking pro wrestling type president, some dude who's like a combination of like a drill sergeant and a pro wrestler who just, you know, you just go to Ted Nugent concerts and scoop people up with nets and you just set them up. And that this is kind of what he is. I mean, you watch that. That is like even the way the audience is yelling along and cheering. It's theatrical. This is all like a parade. It's theater.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily think that Obama really founded ISIS. Like,
yeah, they don't care if he did or not. Yeah.
There's no thinking there. There's a box that they operate on. It's a very small box. They operate, all their thoughts exist inside this box, and they never expand. They never go. There's no nuance. There's no subtlety. There's no broad spectrum. There's no big picture. There's none of that. It's just assholes have their king. We have a lot of assholes. It's really easy to survive. It's real easy to have kids.
You can't have thought, when this started, you couldn't have thought that this would get this far, could you? Like, this seemed like a joke to begin with.
Yeah. I thought somewhere along the line, cooler heads would prevail.
Yeah.
But I'm torn because as a comedian, you know, I mean, this is a fucking gold mine. They're about to open up a dam of gold. They're going to break down the dam, and gold is going to flow down. It's going to be amazing. But as a human being, this could literally lead to the end of civilization. I mean,
yes. As myself, as a sort of student of kind of self-sabotage and the bizarre abysms of the human condition, do you know what I mean? I find it fascinating.
Yes.
Like, you know, it could be the end of the world, but you just see things happening that absolutely are unprecedented, and I have a kind of chaotic streak that enjoys. It's like that feeling you get in the playground as a kid when a fight breaks out. Fight. You just sort of, it's almost an arsonist's thrill of seeing civilization burn.
Something's going to happen. Something's crazy is going to happen.
It's not business as usual.
And here's another thing that I like about it. There's a lot of things that he says that are absolutely true. And here's one of the things that I like about what Trump represents. He is not the political establishment, and the political establishment sucks. It really does suck. It is a corrupt, completely corrupt institution. And what he's saying about crooked Hillary, I agree. Look, if you look at the Clinton Foundation, you look at what they've been able to do and the laws they've been able to skirt and the amount of influence that they're able to have and the amount of money that they're able to generate and where that money goes and how ambiguous it is and how that hasn't been investigated, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right in a lot of ways. So I hope that a lot of what he's doing is theatrics, and if he does wind up winning, I hope that he puts around him some real political advisors that understand international policy, that understand, and he tones everything down, and this was all. That's like the ultimate hope, right? I don't necessarily think it's true.
I hope that he loses, personally.